Hey guys, it's your tech expert Kelin Balian here. Happy Friday. Hope everything's going well. I'm here to again go over top tech news as well as future tech and some tech that you can buy right now on line for 50 bucks. So last time we were together last Friday, a lot has happened, guys, in the news with all the with George Floyd, all the riots, the protests, whatever we want to call those. And just again, I think a lot of it's good. A lot of it's just bringing people together, bringing us more united than we've ever been. And some of it is bad. It's getting, it's emotionally fueling us in ways that maybe are even manipulative. And you know what? We just want to know that we're doing the right things and that we're following stuff, credible stuff, right, guys? So the first article, let's jump right in here, is how to avoid fake news regarding George Floyd protests. Okay, guys. We've been talking about fake news here for the last few weeks, at least. With regarding coronavirus, and now regarding these protests and George Floyd. So there is stuff going around that is George Floyd actually dead? Is George Soros funding these protests and these riots? Is he leaving bricks around in the protest areas? There's so much stuff going on right now, guys, and we just want to make sure that if we're going to be believe in certain things, and not only believe in things but actually like sharing it out on maybe our social media platforms or to our friends and family, we just want to make sure that we're not spreading fake news around, right? So there's a lot of stuff going around, especially from pictures that are just completely out of context, and videos that they're taking snippets of the video and you didn't even hear what the question was, or if there was a question and this was a response to a question, or if this was something that someone just randomly said. Again, a lot of this stuff, it matters because we don't know if what they're saying or what we're seeing or what we're hearing actually is what is actually the truth. So there's a couple ways that we can just make sure that when we're believing something, and especially sharing it out with friends and family, that we're doing it in a way that is responsible. So the first couple things that you want to look into is number one, who's publishing the information that you're sharing. Is this a reputable source? Is it a person? Is it an actual news media station? Is it Togetherness Media? Who even knows? Again, you just want to make sure the sources that you're sharing the information from. Again, number two is, are these sources reliable? Nowadays we can't even really sometimes trust the media outlets. The mainstream media is lying to us a lot of the times, or again, maybe not. It's not an outright lie, but maybe it's like a half truth where this really happened, but now they're taking something out of context, and that's not really how it was said, or not really how it was meant to be portrayed. Again, what is their motive? Does the person that's posting this information have a motive behind why they would post something like this? Are they trying to rile people up? Is it a company that's actually maybe trying to sell a product? Is it a mainstream media channel that has an agenda? These are things that we need to ask ourselves. Another thing is, are they using reputable sources? Was it a live video? Are they using, if it, when we were talking about coronavirus, there was a lot of stuff. Is again, is the resource reliable? Like, was it an actual research facility that did some of the research? But again, in this sense, we just want to know who's posting this stuff, and again, are the sources that are posting these information, are they reputable? Another one is, what else are these companies posting? If it's a media channel, if it's a person, what else have they been posting? Have their other posts been in line with this stuff? Again, does it when we are looking for a motive, we can look at other posts and see, is there like an underlying you know scenario, or something being played out with the most of their posts. Again, we see a lot of people, whether you're on the left or the right, there's posts for everybody right now that are gonna feed off of your emotion and stuff like that. So you just want to really look out for stuff that is too blaringly crazy, or if it's really that if it's too shocking, you know. So that's going to lead us right into what you want to look for in a post that is could be fake. So again, is the post really shocking? Is it inciting fear? Is it straining somebody's credibility? Or is it playing off your emotions? These are things that you really want to look into, because if this is what's going on, you just really these are like the telltale signs that something could be going on. It might be fake news, or again, there could be an agenda going on. So you know, what you want to do is just don't jump to conclusions too fast. You know, again, if you do some research and all the signs are pointing to the right direction, then, you know, go for it. But at the end of the day, just don't jump to any conclusions too fast, and don't start sharing information before you've actually done any, you know, verification into what you're looking at here. So again, what you can do is just check where the thing is being posted. Um, Number two, what you can do is don't trust everything you see. Again, just because we're seeing a picture of something doesn't mean that that is the whole truth. It might just be, again, with anything, you know, you don't know what the people were doing before the picture was taken. Again, if they were acting violent, or maybe you don't know what the cops were doing. Again, in this day and age, you guys just don't really know what happened before the picture taken or before the video was taken. So you just want to take everything for a grain of salt. Number three, guys, just be empathetic. Okay, you know, a lot of times what's happening nowadays is we're dehumanizing people when we see a post online, and you know, we're not really taking into full account that this is another person on the other end. You know, this is somebody that has a brain. They were trying to do the right thing, and maybe it went out of, you know, out of control a little bit. But just realize that this is another human being. And you know, online it does kind of get really easy to say whatever we want to say sometimes. And again, we just got to realize that this is another human on the other end of the screen, and you know, we just want to be responsible in what we're saying. And you know, number four is just don't always join the crowd. You know, I know it's very, very easy when you see people doing something to just jump in and join the crowd, even though maybe we don't know exactly what's going on. But let's just try to keep things. Try to keep ourselves composed, and you know, making the right decision, even though we might see people doing something that is, you know, I'm not sure. Again, at the beginning, is George Soros funding a lot of this stuff? Maybe there are signs pointing to yes, but I'm not going to really, you know, go too deep into that and say whether or not it is or isn't. But at the end of the day, if somebody is trying to get an agenda going on, and there are a few people out there that are trying to start fires, again, all we can do is try not to jump on the bandwagon too fast, because that's what could make things like this capable. If people didn't just follow the leader so easily, it wouldn't be so easy for people to be manipulated into a certain direction and stuff like that. So again, guys, you know, you just want to avoid fake news. You want to believe things that you've actually you know, verified, that from good sources, from you know, good things. And again, if you are going to be sharing anything, you just want to make sure that you verified the information and that it's true before you go out and start, you know, telling people that this is going on or that's going on. And again, you don't want some backlash, people telling you that this is fake news or whatnot. All right, so our next article here is about just tech for protesters. So a lot of people are out there right now, and they're trying to get involved. And again, this is a good cause, guys. You know, we do need change in our country, and the police have been a little bit too violent for a long time now. We've seen a lot of stuff going on. So here's a few ways that you guys could get involved. So right now, if you are actually looking to find out where a protest is, you know, in your area, and you want to go out and find one, you can go check out a website called 2020protests.com, and they'll have a list of all the states that are in the United States, and you can click on the state and find a local protest near you. Another thing you can do is you can download an app called Citizen. It's actually the fourth most downloaded app on Apple right now, in regards to this, you know, this niche of news. And again, it's called Citizen, and you're going to be able to get all your news on there as far as what's going on with protests. It actually compiles a lot of stuff, that posts and stuff like that are from social media that are in regards to this. And again, you're just going to be able to stay up to date with everything that's going on. Another thing you guys want to do before you go out and do anything where there's going to be cops and stuff like that is you guys want to just educate yourselves on your rights. You know, we have the Constitution, we have a lot of stuff that's been going on, and you just want to know where you stand on the right side of things and where you start going into the gray area or maybe even into an illegal area where now there could be repercussions as far as getting arrested and stuff like that. You just want to make sure you know your rights so that you don't get infringed upon. You can go and check the ALCU website, ALCU, and go check out that, and they'll be able to give you at least a rundown of your, constitutional rights now as a protester, because again, they're a little bit different during protests than just, your freedom of speech and stuff like that. So you definitely just want to, make sure that you know your rights. And lastly, when you're out there, a couple things that you can just do with your phone, because a lot of people are wondering, should I take my phone out there? Is it going to even work when there's a lot of people out there? And the answers are maybe. So at the end of the day, when you have your phone out there, is it going to always work with all those people out there? It might not. So just make sure that you know if you have a car parked nearby, you know where that car is parked. Again, with your phone, a couple things you can do is, number one, if you're using any messaging apps or anything like that, you just want to make sure you're using a secure one. And number two, you might want to be turning off your location data. If you are going out there, you maybe don't want people to know or be able to track you that you've been at these protests. Again, there are theories that they could be putting you on government. Oh, sorry, I think I cut out there real quick, but all right, guys, we're back. Sorry, we had a little disruption there. When you're going live, some stuff happens, right? But we're back, so jumping right back into it again. Just make sure that maybe if you want that your phone is on, you turn your location data off so that you're not being tracked at all these protests. So just keep your own privacy up and running. Okay, so the next story here is about TikTok. They actually they banned Black Lives Matter posts, guys. And again, during this time, this was not a very good move for them. They actually came out and publicly apologized that this happened, and they actually said that it was something that was just going on with their, again, a technical difficulty. There was over 2 billion views on posts that had to do with, the hashtag George Floyd as well as hashtag Black Lives Matter. And they were saying that just due to the overwhelming number of views and videos that were using these hashtags, the system kind of glitched. But again, what was happening was when you'd go in and you'd search one of these hashtags, either Black Lives Matter or hashtag George Floyd, no videos were coming up, and they weren't. And what if they were coming up? The views were not showing on these videos. So obviously people, started protesting this, and it got all the way up to the people at TikTok, and they officially apologized, and they're working on just making their platform, being able to handle these high numbers of views unexpectedly. So everything should be back up and running now. But again, the social media companies that are they infringing on our rights here as freedom of speech, or as creators? We're creating content and we're throwing it on these social media platforms, and sometimes it's getting pulled down or it's getting flagged or whatnot. And again, is this something that we should be concerned about? Or not? I don't know. You guys could go on our Facebook and comment in on that and see if this is something that What do you guys think about this? Is this something that we should be worried about? Is this an issue? The next thing here, and last article that we have here, is how are we going to be networking post coronavirus, and especially even right now, how should we go about networking? We can't go out, we can't, go into business networking meetings, we can't go meet people. So what are we supposed to do as far as networking, after this coronavirus happens? And what experts are saying is that social media is going to be the new way of connecting. So social media, from Facebook to Instagram to LinkedIn, and especially blogging. If you guys own a business and you don't have a blog yet, or you're just out there and you're just trying to network, blogging is going to be the next holy grail right now, because people are looking for information online because they're not going out, and they could be looking to your blog to do that. So a couple of statistics here is 62% of people are working from home right now. We don't know how these numbers are going to change after coronavirus. It might not change for a while, but again, especially now with the introduction of all these protests and riots, even more businesses are shutting down. And again, not only are they shutting down, some of them are being burned down. So this is something that is definitely going to affect. It doesn't, obviously opening up a business is a lot easier than remodeling an entire business that's been burnt down from the ground up. So again, is social media going to be a huge thing coming out of this? It is. But again, another thing, actually, they did a study of over 3,000 people, and they're saying they're actually being more productive from home, which is great. If you guys are experiencing this, we'd love to hear from you guys too. And just, are you being more productive from home? We're all working from home right now. And they're saying that, there's actually your distraction time is going to be down now. I guess when people were at work, the average distraction time was around 70 minutes, and now it's down around 30 minutes. So we're getting a little bit less distracted. And the cool thing is they're saying an average employee can save about $4,000 a year working from home. You don't have to, dry clean your clothes as much. You're not traveling, gas money, all these different things. It's not putting as much wear and tear on your car. So you're not having to, do all the maintenance stuff. Just across the board, again, you're saving money, and where you're saving money, companies are saving money. That's always a good thing, guys. So the best way to make more money is to save more money, right? So if you can save money by working from home, it's a great idea. One of the biggest problems, though, that researchers are finding is that loneliness is, rise at an exponential rate since this whole coronavirus, and now these protests are happening. So again, guys, if you're lonely, if you're having problems with that, there's numbers to call. Just don't do anything drastic, guys. This is all going to end soon, hopefully, and it's not, going to happen for, I definitely know that in a year, this is probably not going to be happening anymore. So at the end of the day, guys, this is short term. So, if you are lonely and your thoughts are taken to dark places, it happens to all of us. Just remind yourself that, and just, again, reach out to somebody, reach out to a friend, reach out to a family member. Again, if you don't feel confident in either one of those areas, find a number. There's the suicide hotline. Again, I don't even like saying the word because it's just horrible. But again, the suicides have risen, exponentially due to this coronavirus. And, we just want to make sure that out there, everybody, especially from Togetherness Media, we just want to make sure you're happy and you're healthy. And that includes your mindset. So again, guys, reach out to us. We're not even we're not psychologists, or we have some on staff. So again, if you do need to talk to anybody, we can direct you to somebody that you can talk to. Again, just you're not alone. Nobody's alone right now. We're not alone. We're united. We're Americans, and this is a great country to be in right now, especially because there are other countries in the world right now that you are kind of alone. Your government's not there to help you in any way, and there aren't numbers to call. But you're not in one of those countries. You're in one of the greatest countries in the world. Again, reach out to us if you have no one else to call, and at least we can be an ear to hear you out in a trusted place that you can come, and we'll push you in the right direction if you do need to talk to an expert. And lastly, here is, after this whole coronavirus thing, is business travel even going to be a necessity anymore? Is, the business travel aspect of the airline industry was a huge part of things, because that was the normal thing. If you had a meeting, you're going to go travel to the business and you're going to sit down with them and you're going to, have a presentation, and you're going to do that all face to face. Was it ever necessary? I don't really know. I'd love to hear your guys' opinion, and you guys weigh in on this. But again, after this coronavirus, is business travel going to be as big as it was prior to this, pre coronavirus, if you want to call it that? So again, if you guys want, weigh in on our Instagram page or on our Facebook, and let us know. Do you guys think that business travel is going to come back after all this coronavirus and the protests and everything, goes away? It's going to be a different world after this stuff, guys. But okay, that's it for our top news segment this day, and let's jump straight into our future tech. We've got some amazing technology that we're going to be able to cover today. The first thing here is called Spring. I'm not sure if you guys have ever used compression socks or any kind of compression devices, but these things, guys, are great for any kind of pain you guys are having in your calf area or your shins. I know if you're a runner, shin splints are definitely, you're probably not any kind of stranger to those things. And if you guys are in sports, I'm sure you guys have definitely had shin splints before. These things are going to be great because they actually they essentially oscillate in pressure, so it can go to light, from light pressure to hard pressure to light pressure to hard pressure, and they market these as, you'll see, relief in as little as 10 to 15 minutes, guys, and you can see that they're actually kind of cool looking to wear. It looks kind of sporty. And again, guys, this day and age right now, especially, the masks and things like this that we're wearing to just be a little bit better in shape, it's not a big deal. So now this one's called the 5i drone. This was actually never released. It's something that's still in the woodworks, but this is a virtual reality drone that you can take anywhere, and it uses a wrist watch style controller to control it. It's got a full, 3-axis gimbal in there, so you're going to be able to get really, really good footage that's really stable. It's a 1080p camera. And this thing is just really cool because it's for the non-professional drone user that's trying to get professional looking photography and video from their drone. So this thing, again, is really, really cool. It's made by Fibi. That's Fiybi. If you want to go on their website, or maybe even go on their Facebook page and to ask them, hey, when are you guys going to launch this thing? I want one. And again, just try to support these guys in getting this thing launched, because there are a lot of drones out there, but VR is something that I think is going to be the next step in a lot of things. And again, this is one of the very, very beginner VR drone that you can get into. This next thing is called the SPUD HD Display. So this thing's cool because you can use it with your laptop, your iPhone, your any kind of phone, your tablet, all these different devices that have screens on them, and it's basically going to magnify that screen up into about a 30-inch screen. So you have basically a 30-inch TV anywhere you want to go. And the cool thing is it's fully collapsible. It weighs less than 3 pounds, which is very, very lightweight. And it actually has built-in speakers into it. So again, you're not going to have to, if you want to watch a movie or you're playing games on this thing, you're not going to have to worry about using the speakers off of your tablet or your laptop, which is some laptops actually have pretty decent speakers. But again, if you're running off of a tablet or like a phone, most of the time the speakers aren't great. So again, this thing's got speakers built right in, and all you got to do is plug your phone right into this thing, and you're ready to go. If you're using it for presentations, again, I don't know if you're actually going to meet with people, but again, if you want to use this at home with your friends, your family, it's a great way to just increase the size of your screen. This thing's called the PocketGo transporter. So this thing's awesome, guys. It hasn't released yet, but this thing's actually a robotic transport device. So it actually uses a lot of artificial intelligence to guide you, so you can just put in a navigation address, and it will navigate you there. by itself. It's got, like, if you can see, it's super agile, so you can take very quick turns. It could turn on a dime. And this thing, again, it's kind of like a robot in the sense that when you turn it off, or it'll come find you using your phone device. It'll park itself, and it'll come find you when you come, say that to come find you. It's got pretty good security, and it's pretty heavy, so the hope is that no one's going to just walk away with your device here. But again, this hasn't released yet, so you can't get them online or anywhere yet. But this thing, if this thing comes out in the future, I think I'm definitely getting one of these, because this thing just looks way cooler than a bike or a scooter or any of those things. This next one is called the Hunter 1.0 keyboard. This is another device that has not launched yet. But it just looks like something straight out of a future movie. If you guys ever watched like Minority Report or something like that, and you saw, those that technology that they had back then, this looks something straight out of one of those movies. And again, it's just a minimal keyboard with only the buttons that you would essentially need. And it's got a mouse pad built into it, so it's your mouse and your keyboard all in one. And again, if you're a gamer, it would be awesome. But if you're just even a normal person using your computer for work or whatnot, it can be an awesome mouse and keyboard that'll get both those things done. This next one's called the SoBo Smart Table. This thing's awesome, guys. We all have probably a table sitting next to our bed, and this thing is like the ultimate, bedside table. It's got, wireless chargers in there, plug-in chargers. As you can see, there's plugs all across the back. It's actually got lighting on the back of it and underneath it. And in front of it, that is activated by motion sensors, so that, the second you get up, this thing's lighting your path. It actually also has a cooling drawer, essentially like a little mini refrigerator. So like you see here, you could have all your drinks right there by the side of your bed. You don't have to go all the way to the kitchen anymore to get a cold beer or a cold water. It's just right there, and that thing is super cool. And again, that hasn't released yet either, but hopefully that'll be out soon. This next one is the Zeus wireless backup camera system. It has a full 170-degree view. It's plug and play, and it actually runs on batteries, so you don't have to worry about wiring this thing through your car or into your trunk or any of that stuff. No drilling into your trunk lid to get the wires in there. You don't have to worry about any of that. And the cool thing is you don't have to worry about mounting a TV or anything like that inside of your car, because it links directly to your phone. So it's going to use your phone screen to show you the display as far as what's behind you. Again, it's waterproof. It's got all the normal features that you would find from any backup camera, with the beeping from your phone and all that kind of alerts. And at 99 bucks, guys, this thing has launched, and you can find it online. Again, it's the Zeus, ZUSS wireless backup camera. And again, if you don't have a car that has a backup camera, these things can save you from an accident. And again, it's going to cost you way more than 99 bucks if you get into any kind of accident. This next one's called the LaMode window cleaner. So this thing's very, very similar to like maybe a Roomba. I'm not sure if you guys, maybe you've seen one that's those, little, what's it called? A vacuum that vacuums your carpets and stuff like that. And it has, sense the detection for when it's going to get too close to the side of of anything, so it'll actually just turn around and go back to the center and start cleaning the rest of the window. But again, now this is like no more streaks. You don't have to clean your windows anymore or worry about that. I know a lot of people maybe even have maids or people that they hire. Again, if this is for an office or something like that, high up windows, this could be really, really great, especially if you have display window cases or anything like that in your office, or you have a store that has displays. This will always keep your windows clean. This is another device that has not launched yet, and we're hoping to see it available in 2020. And then this is actually our last future device. It's called the Slide dual monitor. And again, this is going to give you 3 monitors from your laptop, and you don't have to carry around anything. It all slides and folds right in. These monitors actually do have full folding capability to the back, so if you want to show other people something, or again, if you want to have your own little privacy to, slide them in your ways, or again, slide them back ways so people can see what's going on, for maybe even, you're sitting with people and you want them to see one of the monitors or whatnot. This is a great way to get them to do that. It does come in 3 different sizes: a 13-inch, a 15-inch, and a 17-inch version. And again, it's super lightweight, and it uses the power of your laptop to power it, so you're not carrying around heavy, battery packs, or having to worry about plugging it into a wall or any of that stuff. And again, it's a little bit pricey. This has launched, and it comes in at about $499. But again, guys, to have 3 monitors, it might be worth it. Again, I always use at least a second monitor, and it saves me so much time being able to have 2 windows, and being able to drag and drop things over there. So again, if that's something you're interested in, I think I might actually jump on one of these, and if we do get one on the channel, we'll review it again so you guys can see it, in use actually. But again, for $499, the Slide dual monitor is a great option. And then now let's jump into future tech right now, current tech right now, that you can get for $50 online. The first one we're going to jump right into is the PocketGo emulator. So right now, again, a lot of people are playing games at home with either a PlayStation or an Xbox or whatnot. This is a really cool little game emulator. Again, it's called the PocketGo, and you can play a whole bunch of games on here, from NES to SNES to Game Boy Advance to even some PS1 games on there. All the classics that you loved and maybe you haven't seen for years, they're going to be on here. This is a full color display, which is about 2.5 inches, and it's got a backlight on it, so if you're playing at night, you're still going to be able to get your gaming in, and not have to worry about having lights on. The cool thing is it does have a TV output. So if you want to be able to use, this on your TV as the display, and still use, you can still use the controller and everything on there, and actually have like 2 monitors. Now you have the game monitor on the pad and that one. That would be awesome. And it has a headphone jack as well. And if you want to customize it, you can see there it comes with other buttons, so to kind of give it that, like, Xbox controller look. Excuse me. This next one, it's from Board Labs, and it's a link audio interface. So the cool thing about this, guys, is you're going to be able to plug things into your iPad or maybe your iPhone that you didn't have inputs for before. If you wanted to input like a microphone or speakers, or even like some kind of other devices, instruments, like, again, you have instrument cables, you're gonna be able to plug them all into here, and you're gonna be able to record, play the sound, whatever you want to do, straight from these little interfaces, they look really cool. You can get these things for about $30 online, and it's just going to be a great way to just give your phone or your tablet or even your computer a couple different ways to interface with it, and be able to convert some different things into, and be able to plug into this. Again, it comes with a whole assortment of adapters and stuff like that, if you ever need any of those, so you won't have to worry about buying those. And again, for $30, check that out. These ones are called the lokmat conductive headphones. Sorry about that, guys. Well, actually bone conductive headphones. So I'm not sure if you've seen these, but there's actually a whole line of headphones out now that are coming out, and they don't actually go into your ear anymore. They go onto the bone right here, and they actually transmit the sound through the bones. And these are supposed to be one of the best. They come in at about $40, and the sound is supposed to actually be really good. It's got great bass, and they're obviously Bluetooth and rechargeable, so you're not gonna have to worry about any wires or anything like that. It comes with a very minimalist design, so I'm thinking it'll go with anything that you guys are wearing, or anything that you guys are doing. And just check those out. Again, they're the lokmat bone condensive headphones. This next one is called the MMT Coolmaster MM7 MM7 Coolmaster mouse. This mouse, it comes in at only 53 grams, so it's a super light mouse. It almost looks like something that you could make on a 3D printer or something like that. But again, it's made by a great company that's been known for gaming mice and gaming devices for a while now. So it's super light, and it's super smooth, the mouse. Just some tech stuff. It has a PMW 3387 sensor from Pixar, and it's got 7 different DPI settings that you can set it at, anywhere from 400 to 16,000 DPI. So again, it's got a great design. If you're noticing the design, it's really nice, and it's super lightweight, and it comes with a super lightweight cord as well. So again, if you're using it for gaming, or you're just using it, for work, and you're using it for hours and on end, you're not going to really get this, it's not going to really cause too much friction on your hand and stuff like that. So again, really, really cool mouse, and it comes in right at $50. So if you guys are looking for a new mouse for either work or gaming, this could definitely be it. You want to check that out. And this last device, it's by Tyhowl, and it's their keyboard set. So it's not actually the keyboard, it's just these buttons that you can change to customize and personalize your keyboard setup. And again, there's colors and there's textures on these different keys. So again, you can get rubberized keys, which is really, really cool, because it's just going to give you, this is an example right here of the rubberized keys, or actually over here. And you can just, change your setup to however you want it to look. There's hundreds of different color combinations that you can get online right now. And again, you can buy each key individually. So really, sky's the limit on how much personalization you guys get out of this stuff. If you guys want, any kind of color combination, it's available to you. Just depends on what you guys are looking for. I guess women are going to go more towards the pinks and the teals. Guys are going to go more for the harder colors, blues, blacks, maybe even some reds. But again, doesn't matter what you're looking for. You can find the color combinations that you're looking for online. And again, this is Tyhowl. It's Tihoa. Tyhowl. And again, just customize your keyboard to whatever you're looking for, and just make yourself more personalized there. So again, guys, that's it for our show today. If you have any questions, please reach out to us. We love hearing from our followers and our fans. Again, if you have any questions on some of these things, on how to start blogging, or how to again reach out to and network to people. If you guys have any questions, I know we talked about reaching out if you're lonely. We love to hear from you guys. Reach out to us. You can reach out to us on our website, or give us a call at the number that you've been seeing on the screen. Again, if you are a business owner and you're looking for any help on your website, your branding, marketing, any of this stuff, let us help you guys, or at least give us a call, and we can give you some free advice. That could never hurt, right? So again, guys, my name's Kelin Balian from Tech Savvy. You can catch me on Facebook or Instagram. And otherwise, I will be live again next week at 3 p.m. on Friday to give you guys the latest tech news, tech products, and future tech. Until then, hope you guys stay safe out there, and hopefully that our country will be in a better state next week when I'm talking to you guys, because again, this last week it went pretty crazy. Hopefully it doesn't get crazier over the next week. But until next time, I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. Bye.
Raise your vibration and re-engage with life. Find balance and reconnect with joy. Your vehicle is balancing the wheel, and we're here to support you in becoming more happier, healthier, and successful. wheelofwellbeing.com or drsadiq.com.
Do you have viruses or malware warnings? Have a problem with your computer and need help? 24 hours, 7 days. Computer Emergency Services. Convenience and savings at your fingertips. Download our free app and keep in touch.